All right, y'all. I'm back this week. Just need a little break from since WrestleMania was long weekends drained me. I had to work the whole week, so I just need a little break from last week. Just gonna recap some of the important stuff from last week. Didn't really miss much from SmackDown last week. Just the Bloodline stuff. Last week, everything else sucked. Same thing tonight. And then I want to talk about the Rock and Cody segment from last week, which was basically about nothing until like the end. All right, let's get to it. So last week, this is from last week's show. You had the Bloodline, Paul Heyman, Solo, Jimmy in there. No Roman, no Rock. So Solo was the main point is of the whole thing. I'm not gonna recap the whole segment, just like the main stuff. To show the recap tonight, basically, Solo said losing and winning matters, and then he said actions have consequences or something. Consequences. And then he pretty much he stopped Paul Heyman for talking on the mic, and he started looking at Jimmy after he said that line, and then he got right into Jimmy's face right there. Jimmy's like, "Oos, what you talking about, man?" Then he hugged Solo, hugged Jimmy, and then he said, "I love you, Oos. You're my brother," or he said something along those lines. Then you have, "Oh no, it's Tonga." So never heard of this guy. Apparently he's Haku's son. Michael Cole said, or Michael Cole, he's coming on SmackDown. I think it was Wade Barrett or Corey Graves. One of them said Tama Tonga's Haku's son, but I haven't really heard of this guy. Another Samoan in the bloodline. They could have done like a video package or like a vignette, something. Give this like give some backstory for this guy. So I like the angle. Just it's too early to tell how good this guy's gonna be. So just a wait and see on that. But I like the angle that they did. So they got Solo and Tonga on one side. So it looks like Usos are gonna reunite, Jimmy and Jay back together, and then we'll see Paul Heyman's gonna have to side with Roman. He's gonna pick a side, but he's got to roll with Solo guys until Roman gets back. So who's really in charge here? Is it The Rock? Is it Roman Reigns? Or is Solo in charge? Because remember, a few months ago, I think it was in the fall, Roman declared Solo like the new tribal heir, the new tribal chief. Jimmy thought it was gonna be him, but it ended up being Solo. So yeah, a lot of questions right now in the bloodline. This is the only interesting thing going on right now on SmackDown. Nothing really else going on. It's interesting. All right, let's get to it. SmackDown tonight. We had Smackdown review for April 19th, 2024. Pretty much same thing tonight. Bloodline stuff is the only interesting stuff. Everything else pretty much sucked. The opening match, LA Knight versus AJ Styles, the number one contender match for Cody Rhodes' undisputed title. Why was this the opening match? Shouldn't this have been the main event? You're fighting for the number one contender for your top title. This is the opening match. I don't know, man. All right, so LA Knight, he bashed AJ Styles' head on the outside multiple times off the announce table. LA Knight he jumped up to the top rope and hit a superplex for a 2 count on AJ. LA hit a power slam, then an elbow drop. AJ hit the phenomenal forearm for the win. And before he did the phenomenal forearm, he did the thumb to the eye, old school Ric Flair style. And then he hit the phenomenal forearm. So you got 50-50 booking Triple H. LA Knight gets a win, then they do a rematch and the other guy gets a win. So we're gonna have AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title at Backlash, which most likely would be the main event in France in a couple of weeks. So they only got 2 weeks to build it. I doubt it's gonna be anything good. So it's another match not to care about. All right, moving on. Got a segment in the back. Solo's like wearing, he's got this clean suit on. And then he's asking Paul Heyman, is Kevin Owens here? Take me to him. And then Paul Heyman takes him to him, and that was pretty much it. So very interesting that Solo's all of a sudden just taking over the bloodline for these couple of weeks. Then we got a segment in the ring. Nick Aldis brings out Triple H. And Triple H, oh, he's still hyped about WrestleMania. Oh, it was epic, unbelievable, WrestleMania. You can't stop talking about WrestleMania, man. It's been open for like 2 weeks now. Oh my God. All right, so then Nick Aldis introduces the tag champs, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. Pretty much got new tag titles. The same thing they did with R-Truth and Miz this past week on Raw. Those titles look horrible, man. They're basically the same thing as the Raw World title that Damian Priest has, and the logo's just smaller. The WWE logo is just smaller, and it's red. Looks kind of stupid to me. You got these titles. These look pretty good. I think they might be the best looking titles right now. Like more than the world title and the undisputed title. Finally, a little bit of effort for the belts. Those look pretty good. And then Triple H sticks his hand out to shake Grayson Waller's hand. And Grayson Waller, he's about to shake his hand, and then he pivots and he turns to Austin Theory and shakes his hand. And that pissed off Nick Aldis. He's basically threatening him, oh, this could be your last time is joking around. You better start taking this serious or whatever. So pretty much just threatening them. And they'll probably get drafted to Raw next week. The drafts next week on SmackDown. And then a couple days after, it's the Raw side for the draft on the 29th, I think. It's gonna be the Raw's turn to draft. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, next up we got a Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the #1 contender for the tag titles. Street Profits win against Tyler Bates, Pete Dunne, LDF, and AOP. Street Profits get the win, so it's gonna be Street Profits versus Theory and Waller. Don't think they announced when the match is gonna be. But I just don't really care for this. All right, so we got another segment with Paul Heyman solo in the back. Heyman says he has to be here. He has to be here. He's somewhere in the locker room. They're talking about KO. And then Heyman says, I'm not trying to piss you off. These decisions can only be made by one man. Then he says, is your MFT coming? I don't know what that means. And then Paul Heyman and Solo head to the ring. Oh shit, I missed that photo for the tag match. All right, so they're in the ring. See, there's that clean. Oh, you can't see the suit. Okay, kind of see it there. I'll go to it in later photos. All right. So Paul Heyman grabs a mic, says, "Let me explain to you the backstage politics." And then all of a sudden, "We want Roman." That chant breaks out from the crowd. Look at that. You already missed Roman, man. It's been basically 2 weeks since WrestleMania. We want the tribal chief back, man. No stars on this damn show. Now, where's Randy Orton, man? He's been missing for 2 weeks too. And then done. He taking another break. All right, and then Heyman says, as the wise man, or he's about to say. All right, so he says, as the wise man. He's his next line's supposed to be to your tribal chief, but he doesn't say that because he freezes because he's scared of he's pretty much scared of Solo, and then Solo grabs the mic from him, says last week. He says last week, and then they started booing. So he basically got the Dominic Mysterio heat where they wouldn't let him speak, and then all of a sudden during the segment we got Tonga. He tosses KO Kevin Owens into the entry. Oh, they got black and white photos. So yeah, he tossed him into the entryway, and then he's in the middle right there, and then the refs show up. They're going to Netflix next year, man. You gotta start showing blood on the photos. Can't do black and white, man. All right, so yeah, he pretty much made KO bleed in the back, tossed him out there. Refs come out. They start taking KO to the back, and then Kevin Owens he comes back out to the ring, trying to get some revenge, and then he pretty much gets his ass whooped. And that was pretty much it for the segment. They just beat him down the ring. They got a bunch of security guards come out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then we got another segment in the back, this time with Paul Heyman and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis took Paul Heyman to the parking lot, and then he shows them this was like a car crash. Two rental cars. Says one belongs to KO, the other one belongs to Tonga. Says losing is not the only thing that has repercussions. And that was pretty much it. And he walked off. So he's threatening Paul Heyman there. So maybe one of these bloodline guys will get drafted to Raw. And then you bring Jay over to SmackDown, I guess, because SmackDown needs this bad, man. Because you got Rock's not there. He's gone to his movie set. And apparently Roman Reigns, he's on a Hollywood set somewhere. He's doing a movie with Eddie Murphy. And then, yeah, this SmackDown needs a star, man. It's going to be there every week now. All right, we got next Carlito versus Santos. Didn't really care for this match. Carlito hit a clothesline for a 2 count. And then Santos pretty much hit a Phantom Driver for the win. Just don't really care for this. Got basically LWO trying to figure out who jumped and attacked Dragon Lee the week before or like the night before WrestleMania. Pretty obvious it's Carlito. They still think it's LDF, Santos Escobar's crew. Either Santos or somebody else in his crew. It's pretty obvious it's Carlito. He's gonna turn heel and screw over the LWO. All right, the next week there's gonna be a contract signing. You got Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles for their title match at Backlash, and then we got the WWE draft next week. So hopefully they improve the draft this year instead of just announcing names off a card. Actually do the thing where you got what's the thing, the golden tumbler thing, and you draw names out of that. Put some energy or effort into it, man. Not like the crap we've been getting for like the last, what, 5 years, 10 years. Just the draft became lame, just pathetic. All right, next up we got Bailey versus Naomi. Pretty much nobody won because Tiffany Stratton interfered and she just hit the moonsault on him. Yeah, there was Jade Cargill and what's her face? Bianca Belair up in a skybox. They were like sitting right next to Damage Control, but thought they were gonna fight, but nothing really happened there. So yeah, that was pretty much it for SmackDown. And last thing I want to talk about is this segment from a couple of weeks ago between Rock and Cody Rhodes. This was like a waste of time, man. I can't believe I'm saying this. Segment with The Rock was a waste. It was like a 40 to 45 minute segment. They talked about nothing because the whole segment was the night after WrestleMania, and the Philly crowd just kept booing The Rock every time he tried to talk. So it's kind of stupid. They changed belts. I don't know what that was about. Because then you had the crowd chanting, "This is awkward." So they wore each other's belts, and they got their own belts back. And then at the end, Rock pulled something out of his pocket. We couldn't see what it was. Okay, they don't even have a photo of it on here. Okay, yeah. So he pulled something out of his pocket. He handed it to Cody Rhodes. He's like, you don't even have to look at it to know what it is. And then Cody, he quickly put it in his pocket. So a lot of fans trying to figure out what he put in his pocket. What did Rock give to Cody? So, and then while he was giving the whatever item he gave to him, he's like, "Don't break my heart" or something. So don't have a clue what he's talking about. You have to wait for The Rock to come back after he's done shooting his next movie and then explain what he gave to him. So we'll have to wait probably what, July, August till July, yeah, probably July or August until The Rock comes back. So to wait and see what he says. But yeah, but this was a waste of time, Cody's first night, he freaking got on his knees and he kissed the title, man. Come on, man. You never see Stone Cold do that. You never saw The Rock do that, or John Cena, or Brock Lesnar, or whoever had the title at the time. You never saw them kiss the title and get on their knees, man. The first night as champion. And then the next last week on SmackDown, and Cody, he apologized for cursing, man. Come on, man. Dude, this is gonna be a terrible title run, man, if you don't get good feuds out of this, man. So stupid. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. the important stuff. I saw the CM Punk Jack Perry, man. That stuff was so stupid, man. What a waste of time that was. You had freaking Tony Khan getting all sensitive and stuff. Little crybaby. You had 8 months to show the footage the of the fight between. It wasn't really a fight. It's like nothing. It was like high school nonsense between Jack Perry and CM Punk. Basically choked him for a little bit, and then Samoa Joe and a bunch of the wrestlers broke it up. So stupid. But yeah, you had 8 months to show the footage, and you could have showed it like the week right after it happened, or a few days after on Dynamite. But you got no typical Tony Khan just using the clip from last week for like a ratings ploy. Try to get the ratings up because the ratings keep going down. Even WWE's ratings are going down, but at least they got some stars when they're there. Rock and Roman Reigns. But yeah, it was kind of stupid to show the footage, and now your ratings are back to where they are now. You got no who knows when MJF's gonna come back. So pretty much just waiting for him to come back. So you get a little bit of a ratings boost, but yeah, pretty much just nothing going on in AEW right now. Nothing really good. So yeah, just want to recap the stuff that I missed from last week. Important stuff. All right. See ya.